The North Carolina HB2 law it's back in the news again. And we hate being the dudes that have to talk about it, but we think it's really important, even though it's just before Christmas. You need to know exactly what's going on because it's craziness, it's political pandering, and we got to be very careful to not overturn this thing.
It's another radical move by the left. It's just a political shakedown because House Bill 2 accomplishes two things, and it's the strongest law in the nation that protects the privacy and safety of all citizens, especially women and children, in bathrooms and locker rooms, and at the same time, it protects the rights of all North Carolinians to live out their faith without being punished by the government. And so House Bill 2 is a good law. It all started with the Charlotte City Ordinance, and the Charlotte City Ordinance opened up our bathrooms, and it declared open season on Christians living out their faith, and anybody living out their faith in the marketplace, to not participate in sexual expressive events and other things that they don't want to participate in. And so as a result of that ordinance it was passed in Charlotte, but it never went into effect because House Bill 2 prevented that ordinance from going into effect. And so what's happening now is that the Charlotte City Council, now that they know that Governor-elect Roy Cooper, who's a Democrat, happens to be now heading into the governor's office, they have now voted 10-0 to repeal the ordinance. Now here's what's interesting. The ordinance never went into effect. It doesn't need to be repealed. It doesn't even exist because House Bill 2 is in place. So they're saying if we repeal the ordinance, you have to now repeal House Bill 2. Here's what they're really after. They're after eliminating House Bill 2, which is a good common sense law that protects so many things. And if you can repeal that, then they can go right back in and enact ordinances all over this state that will open up our bathrooms and our locker rooms to sexual predators, that will open up it will be open season on Christians that want to live out their faith in the marketplace, and we will be targeted in the marketplace. That's exactly what's happening here. This is not an olive branch to just press reset and go back to normal, because even the Charlotte City Council, in their resolution to repeal, which they don't have to repeal, they said, they literally said that they have the right to enact similar ordinances once this bill, or House Bill 2, is removed. So this is just a shakedown. It's a political shakedown. So we're asking our leaders, our General Assembly, to stand strong. We're asking our governor, who is now going to be on his way out, stand strong.
And if we don't, here's the thing, the same stories that you're hearing about what are taking place in Oregon, where people are losing their livelihoods, and you've got men going into girls' locker rooms and exposing themselves in Washington and Oregon and all these places. North Carolina will become just like that. But right now with HB2, it can't and it won't. And if it does, if somebody does go into a girl's locker room, a man does, and he exposes himself, well, he's in some major trouble, even if he thinks he's a girl. This is important. North Carolina's safe right now, and if we repeal HB2, we're in big trouble.
House Bill 2 is the only hurdle that the Human Rights Campaign and sexual activists need to remove so that they can go out and force participation in this sexual revolution. Stand strong. Please let your assembly, let your legislators, let your representatives know that you support House Bill 2.